details on the death of actor Luke Perry after that massive stroke at just 52 years old. His co-stars and fans are sharing their grief and memories this morning as we learn more about his final days. Amy is here with the latest on that. Good morning, Amy.
Yeah, good morning. So sad, so shocking to everyone when we heard the news. Perry, of course, shot to stardom on Beverly Hills 90210. He had a full career in movies and on TV, most recently in the hit show Riverdale. His appeal reaching across the generations, beginning with mine and ending with my daughters. This morning, his family, fans, and co-stars really just in a state of shock. Overnight, an emotional outpouring of tributes following the sudden death of actor Luke Perry. The 52-year-old actor passed away on Monday, surrounded by family after suffering a massive stroke last week.
102, rescue 78, stroke.
Perry was rushed to a hospital from his California home last Wednesday. A source telling People magazine he was under heavy sedation for 5 days and never regained consciousness. Perry skyrocketed to heartthrob status as Dylan McKay on the 90s teen drama Beverly Hills 90210.
I thought we were supposed to be cleaning up.
His former castmates stunned. Overnight, Shannon Doherty, who played his longtime 90210 girlfriend Brenda Walsh, saying there is a special kind of love one has for each other when you are experiencing the journey we did on 90210, adding that his children were his biggest accomplishment.
We went and had lunch, and my son came with us and got to meet her, and it was really good.
I guess nothing lasts forever.
Jenny Garth, who played his other love interest, my heart is broken. He meant so much to so many, such a very special person. I share my deep sadness with his family and all who loved him. Such a terrible loss.
I just can't believe he's gone.
Carol Potter, his 90210 co-star, says her best memories of Perry are when the cameras weren't rolling.
He was so delightful and fun and sweet and never took himself too seriously.
Outside of the hit teen drama, Perry had over 90 credits to his name, including roles in the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie and an unexpected turn on the HBO prison drama Oz. Perry was currently starring in the CW's Riverdale, gaining a whole new generation of fans. No longer the brooding bad boy, but now the dad.
Playing the dad, you know, I mean, it's just the next thing in line if you stick around long enough. Ideally, I'm going to be around long enough someday to play somebody's grandfather. Your mother and I have been talking, and
I'm going to stick around for a while, help your dad with some more unfinished business.
His on-screen ex-wife Molly Ringwald calling him one of the kindest, caring souls I've ever worked with. And it's kindness off the set that Perry is known for, including when the actor delivered food and water to flood victims in Tennessee. Just one of many heartfelt stories being shared as Hollywood mourns. The show Riverdale dedicating season 3 to Luke Perry and Leonardo DiCaprio, who stars in Luke's final film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, saying Luke Perry was a kind-hearted and incredibly talented artist. It was an honor to be able to work with him. It is just still, I think, being felt throughout the entire world right now, his loss, and we certainly wish his family the best, guys.
We certainly do, Amy. And kind. That's the word you heard over and over again. Joining us now is Dr. Carolyn Brockington. She is the director of the Stroke Center at Mount Sinai here in New York City. So wonderful to have you here, because there's so many questions as we mourn and we're grieving and have such wonderful memories of Luke Perry. 52 years old. Is there a misconception that this only happens for older people?
Absolutely. People think that if they're young, they're protected, right? And the thing about stroke is that most people think it only happens when you get older. But really, the reality is stroke can occur at any age. There are many different reasons, and certainly the incidence of stroke increases as you get older because the medical conditions associated with that increase. But it doesn't mean that if you're young, you can't have a stroke.
And is it true that if you're younger, it can be more dangerous when you have a stroke?
Well, you know, the brain we start off with is not the brain we end up with, right? So if you're younger, you have a really robust brain, and if it should get injured, there's a lot of swelling sometimes that is associated with that, and could cause further injury as time goes on. So sometimes, you know, being younger and having a stroke can cause more problems than being older.
Wow.
And Doc, what are the warning signs, and why is it so important to act fast?
Right. I mean, stroke is considered an emergency, right? So it's almost happens when not enough blood gets to the brain and almost turns off the faucet, so to speak. So all of a sudden people have symptoms. It's not over months and years, it's over seconds to minutes. So we know the left side of the brain controls right side of the body and vice versa. So if you don't get enough blood flow to the right side of the brain, maybe your face droops, maybe your arm doesn't work well, maybe you don't speak as well, maybe you're not walking. And again, these symptoms are going to happen very quickly. So the importance of, right, you have to call. This isn't the time to Google and decide what to do. Call 911, go to the emergency room right away, because there are very effective treatments that we have right now that can really decrease any deficits or any problems someone has from stroke.
People also really need to know prevention is possible.
Right, because the big thing that also people don't realize is that we say 80% of strokes can be prevented, right? So that's a large
80%?
number. 80%, but you have to know what your risk factors are, and you have to modify them or control them appropriately. So high blood pressure, we know hypertension, number one risk factor, diabetes, heart disease, smoking, high cholesterol. So all those things, it's time to partner with your doctor, decide what are your risk factors, control them appropriately, then you have a healthy brain, right?
No.
So it's reduction of stroke, being empowered to take care of your own health. Very important.
Wow. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.